What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Fringe. It's good news today. I can't believe it. We finally have some good news in this country. By the way of Alberta. Alberta is doing great things. I keep telling everybody the West is the best. I'm only saying that because I live here, folks. Please don't jump down my throats. I'm literally gobsmacked because I literally sat on live stream last night, which, by the way, if you haven't joined us for our live streams yet, what are you doing? Get into Wednesday, Friday nights here on the channel. Every Wednesday and Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central. We're live. Fridays, I sit with the beautiful Mrs. Fringe. We talk about everything politics. You guys want to come out and hang out in those? We show memes. We have a good time. Our community is amazing. Always a good time. That said, in those live streams, in last night's live stream, I sat out saying, we talk about ostriches, we talk about corruption, we talk about all the crazy things going on in our country. How come nobody in the provinces are talking about the trucks that are flipping over, that are crashing everywhere, these illegally obtained licenses, and nobody's doing anything about it? It's almost as if someone heard my cries for help and said, you know something, Fringe has a problem, we need to fix this, and God bless them for doing so. Great news coming out of Alberta. It's over. It's done. These schools are being shut down, and licenses are being stripped away. Fines are being doled out, and finally, some kind of reprieve is coming, and it only takes one to start, but there is a little bit of a concern with it. Let's get into what's happening. Migrants coming to this country are going to have to go get jobs at Uber Eats or something else because they can't drive trucks anymore. One of the biggest problems when you get into the trucking industry, and any job for that matter, whether it's Sing Hortons or anything else, as soon as Indian management gets in, any business, they only hire their own. They don't hire anybody else. And those workers don't mind getting ripped off, low pay. They all live in a house, like 17 of them at a time. So they don't really care. But good news on the trucking front, because I'll tell you, even if I go out with the kids, like we live next to a major highway to get into a city. And I can tell you right now, anytime we got to hit the highway, I get real nervous when you see a truck on there. But Alberta is cracking down on the trucking industry. 5 commercial driver training school licenses were revoked. The schools, not people's driver's licenses. 13 trucking companies shut. 39 disciplinary letters. $100K in fines. Chameleon carriers that kept switching names and jurisdictions were also identified. Been raising heck and sharing data on this for a couple of years now. Thank you for listening, UCP. Time for other provinces to act. Now, the government, the federal government, has no say in this because provinces are the ones that issue driver's licenses. The biggest problem here is Alberta is the only one to crack down so far. So these guys will go to BC, they'll go to Manitoba, they'll go to Saskatchewan, they'll go to other provinces where, again, their cousins operate those businesses and they can just get licenses in those countries. They'll give them a P.O. box or a mailing address so that they can get a proper government-issued ID so they can continue truck driving. This needs to be nationwide. But again, I commend Alberta because all it takes is that first province to say, hey, it's not racist, guys. We're cracking down for people's safety. So you can see here, Alberta shuts down 5 unsafe truck driver training schools, 13 carriers. The province's driver training and oversight unit spent 6 months investigating schools, uncovering fraudulent reporting and record keeping that allowed students to bypass required classroom and in-cab training hours. That type of fraud was the biggest recurring issue, Dreschen said. Now, what's important to understand here, we showed on another video, and I can't show it here, even a clip, because the CBC hates this channel, and they hit copyright strikes anytime I show even a bit of their clips. They had a hidden camera documentary where they went into driving schools with an East Indian man, and he was told, yeah, you need your, I think it's like 1,000 hours or somewhere around there. They said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You give us $4,000. We'll say you got the hours. You might be driving today, they said. The investigation led to 39 disciplinary letters, more than $100,000 in administrative penalties. Should have been way more than that. 6 corrective action plans, 12 revoked instructor licenses, and 4 warning letters to driver examiners. Just warning letters, really? On the carrier side, 13 companies were removed from Alberta's roads due to poor performance, unsafe equipment, or failure to meet safety standards. 7 were identified as chameleon carriers, firms that evade oversight by changing names, creating new entities, or shifting operations across jurisdictions. So, what you have to watch here, again, is how other provinces respond to this. It's time to put a stop to this. It's time to say no more, no mas. And great accounts like Vitamin D, love that account. It's a start. Kirk says it should be just the start. Who are these companies and who were they doing business with? Many more are still out there. And again, this is interprovincial. So you have to have all provinces jump on board and put a stop to this. You got guys like the pleb. If you want to see what we're talking about, let's make this a little bit bigger because it is a stretched out video. This guy on his phone. Look at this. Like, this isn't uncommon. And they say that part of this is because these guys have to work multiple jobs because they're ripped off. I really don't care what the excuse is. You shouldn't be on your phone when you're driving. These guys just don't care. Usually they're running a scam call center out of their trucks. Like, and did you notice, like, the bounce there? Here, let's go back. Let's do that again. Like, these cars are totaled. Totaled. He just has a little jerk in the truck. Oh, that's no big deal. No big deal. You guys remember the extensive story we covered of the driver in Florida pulling an illegal U-turn and killing 3 individuals, I believe it was? I mean, here's another one. Truck driver, this is coming from the pleb. Truck driver in Brampton does a legal U-turn and almost kills oncoming drivers. These terrible drivers are everywhere in Ontario, thanks to Doug Ford. He doesn't even require newcomers to pass their driving exams in English. This illegal U-turn is the same maneuver that existed in Florida. And look at this. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And even another semi here, whether it's being driven by a Canadian or not, they can't stop on a dime. Another instance says when somebody pull the plug on this? Whoever's approving these licenses needs a boot, not a desk. I mean, I have to show these because people will say, hey, Fringe, this is racist. You can't say it's just Indian drivers. Yes, I can. Because it's all over the United States. It's all over Canada. We recently had another one in British Columbia. They're happening. One that was reported in British Columbia and went over the internet. These are happening every day, everywhere. Anytime, again, if I go on that highway with my family, you always see a truck like this. Always. Now, there is a solution. When people talk about, where are all these people coming from? Why are they getting jobs? Why are they allowed to work? Why is all this happening? Many countries are adopting policies, and this is where it can get federal, and this is where I say things need to change. Part of the reason we have 10 million plus extra people in this country, the asylum seekers, everybody else that come here that try to reap off of our benefits, it's because we pay them. I've done videos showing how much money goes out to these folks anytime they come into the country, to the tune of almost $8,000 a month, while our veterans go without, while those with disabilities go without. You even had Pierre Poilievre calling out earlier last week saying that, hey, stop with the asylum seekers, stop with it all. There's an easy solution that will involve no deportations. It will involve no ICE, no any of that. They will literally just leave. Other countries, other than Canada, smart countries, have started cutting off welfare to these recipients. They've started saying that if you're a migrant, you can't come here and claim welfare. You're no longer allowed to come here and make this a welfare state. You have to support yourself. Now, if we're shutting down all the illegal truck operations, if we're kicking people out that have temporary work permits, and we stop taking asylum seekers, I shouldn't even say it. We wouldn't have to stop taking asylum seekers. They wouldn't come here anymore. Just take a look at what the United States is doing. God bless Donald Trump. Several jurisdictions have policies that limit or restrict access to welfare benefits for non-residents. The specific rules depend on the country, and in some cases, the subnational religion such as the province or state. Region, sorry, I said religion, I'm sorry. Subnational region, such as a province or state. Examples of welfare policies for non-residents in the United States. In 2019, the Trump administration issued guidance requiring agencies to enforce existing laws restricting welfare use by non-citizens. So you'll notice that the United States doesn't have an influx of Indian migrants or those from Venezuela or other places in the world that are looking for essentially to come to your country, claim asylum, and then sit on welfare forever. They've always got the newest iPhone. You know, they drive a nice car, but they don't have any jobs. Because again, 16 of them all live in a house together. Under U.S. law, individuals who sponsor an immigrant are often financially responsible for that person, and federal agencies can seek reimbursement for any income-based welfare benefits received. So again, something very different from Canada. Canada just says, come on in. Come on in. Here's a check. Here's $8,000. Thank you for choosing Canada. It says here, this policy aimed to promote self-sufficiency and followed existing legislation from the 1990s, such as Illegal Immigration Reform and Immigrant Responsibility Act and the Personal Responsibility and Work Opportunity Act. Other countries, I believe Switzerland's another one that's done this. You have to shut down the welfare state. You have to start saying, you can't come to our country, you can't do illegal activities, you can't get driver's licenses illegally, there's no welfare for you. If we just cut that off, folks, our problems go away overnight. We don't have to deport. They'll literally pack their bags and go somewhere else that they're given these benefits, that they're given the ability to enter a country, wave their flags, talk about how racist you are, all in the name of virtue signaling while getting welfare checks and reaping the benefits. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Are you happy that Alberta's cracking down? Do you think other provinces will follow suit is the big question. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you agree on what I've said about a welfare state? Join me live again twice weekly on the channel, Wednesdays and Fridays, for Unhinged Fringe on Wednesdays, Friday Night Fringe on Fridays. It's both starting at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central every week here on the channel. I always look forward to chatting with you guys in those videos or those live streams. Outside of the videos, I always look forward to chatting with you guys. It really is my last bastion of sanity. I hope to see you this week in those live streams. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll catch you on the next one.